Hey, Chris here at HiFi Buys in Atlanta, and today we're going to be talking about the all-new Bluesound Node Icon, which, if you're subscribed to us and watched the previous video, you know I promised you. So let's dive into the all-new Node Icon from Bluesound. So the first thing to talk about is the most obvious, the 5-inch full color display on the front of the unit. Unlike some other streamers, it is not a touch display. It's all controlled through the app, but there is still the familiar capacitive touch panel on the top of the unit that gives you some basic controls like play, pause, forward and back, and access to your presets and favorites. It is a gorgeous screen that shows off the album artwork and track title of whatever you're listening to, and when it's paused, it shows you a clock. The second unique feature to this streamer in the Bluesound family is the fact that it is utilizing a dual mono DAC design, meaning that there is a separate DAC chip for the left and the right channels. What you can expect with a dual mono design like this, by isolating those DAC chips left and right channel, you're gonna eliminate the crosstalk that can happen between the left and right channel, meaning that you're gonna have better separation, a bigger soundstage, more detail, and just a more immersive experience with your favorite music. The DAC chips that are being used in the Node Icon are the same exact chips as the new Node and the Node Nano. That is the ESS Sabre 9039 Q2M chip, which is a fantastic sounding chip. Similar to the Node that we talked about in the last video, they've included the same upgraded headphone output from the Node using a THX AAA headphone amplifier. And in the Node Icon, you actually have two outputs. There's one on either side, which is pretty unique and I guess really makes some sense, especially if you're going to use this in a desktop scenario. You'll have access to the headphone regardless of which side of your desk it fits on without sort of having to route cables around, and kind of in general keeps it a little bit cleaner. But they are simultaneous outputs, so they're going to play the same thing at the same volume. They don't have individual controls. So plugging two sets of headphones into them, while it works, you want to make sure that both pairs of headphones are relatively the same sensitivity and that both people listening have similar preferences in terms of volume. So let's talk a little bit about some inputs and outputs, and we'll start with what's unique to the Node Icon: balanced XLR outputs, which is fantastic for connecting to your HiFi system if it supports XLR inputs. In addition to that, it's got coaxial and optical outputs. It's also got a mono subwoofer output for connection directly to a subwoofer if you're using the Node Icon as a preamp in your system. If you are, it also features a pair of RCA analog inputs for something like a turntable and an optical Toslink input for something like a CD player or your television. Although the HDMI eARC input that you'll see on the other side of the unit is definitely the better choice if you're connecting your television and your television supports eARC. It's also got two USB inputs, a USB-C input for connecting to a computer, as well as a USB-A input for a flash drive or portable hard drive filled with your favorite music. Lastly, there's an Ethernet input as well as Wi-Fi for the network connectivity. Okay, we're going to talk about the Node. Let me bring it on top. Let's talk about some things that the Node and the Node Icon share that are new in this latest generation of the Node products. They've added a lot of preamplifier functionality to both pieces. Through the BlueOS platform, you can sync music to multiple Bluesound products throughout your home. Those inputs make whatever source you plug into them available throughout the entire Bluesound system. If you have Bluesound Pulse soundbar or Pulse mini speakers or any of their all-in-one speakers or Node products, you can now plug a turntable or a CD player into your Node or Node Icon and sync that music to play throughout your entire house. They've also added support for DSD up to 256 megahertz. You'll need your own files at home. Of course, to do that, there's no streaming services currently offering DSD playback, but if you have DSD files at home, Bluesound is now capable of playing those back and getting them into your HiFi system. They also support up to 24-bit 192 kilohertz PCM playback from local files or streaming services like Qobuz or Tidal, Amazon HD, Deezer, and then through other integrations, Spotify Connect, Pandora is available. It's got AirPlay 2 built in for Apple Music or literally anything that is running on your Apple device. Also supports internet radio stations like TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Sirius XM. They're all also Roon ready, so if you're a Roon user, these are fantastic options for adding Roon endpoints to your hi-fi system. If you've been to our store, you know that we love Roon. We use it almost exclusively throughout the store. It makes syncing between different manufacturers' products incredibly easy and is, in my opinion, the best available user interface for working with any streamer that's on the market. One more thing, they've added a really cool new feature in this generation of Node products. They've got support for Dirac Live room correction. There is an extra fee for that. You need a license from Dirac and you'll need a computer to run the setup. But basically you can run test tones, measure your room, and the Node will then apply room correction to your music to adjust for issues in the room and setup. This isn't something that we do a ton in stereo, but it is a great feature to have if you have a really, really tough room with a lot of hard reflective surfaces. It's a very nice feature to have as a backup if you can't physically set up your speakers in an optimal way. It's a series of seemingly small but really useful features that not everyone will take advantage of or need, but really shows Bluesound's commitment to creating a well-designed product that can really be the central hub of your hi-fi experience at home. So that is an overview of the Node Icon. This really is a fantastic piece that I see fitting into a wide variety of hi-fi systems. There's really a plethora of applications that make this a fantastic flexible unit. We're really loving the way this thing sounds. We hope you'll come by the store soon to give it a listen and pick one up for yourself. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.